If you're an Overwatch lore fan like us, I'm sure you've soaked up every bit of dialogue in the game, but what you might have missed are the lines from Overwatch characters in Blizzard's other title, Heroes of the Storm. Here are the most interesting and humorous lines from Tracer, Zarya, and Lucio, as well as a breakdown of any new information they provide for us.
Not sure how I ended up here, but it's actually not the worst thing that's happened to me.
One of the most interesting voice lines in Heroes of the Storm comes from Tracer.
Being lost in time was really scary. Sometimes I'd have these strange dreams about the olden days, like I was a kitchen maid in this grand house in the country.
This is one of the only times she mentions what happened to her after the accident involving a teleporting aircraft known as the Slipstream. The incident caused her to vanish, and this line confirms that she was in fact lost in time, perhaps even experiencing lives of those in the past, and maybe even the future. This could be an idea that came from British TV series Doctor Who, in particular the character Clara Oswald. Her story is far too complex to get into now, but suffice to say there are incarnations of her throughout time, and many of them can recall dreams of living the lives of others. Perhaps when Tracer was lost in time, she too became splintered into various incarnations, and although she's now grounded in the present day, maybe one day we will see her in the background of an old painting or photograph. She also recounts her time in Overwatch. Some of it was good.
So then I realised I'd left Winston's extra peanut butter in Reinhardt's helmet, and he was trying to pull it off, but it just wouldn't budge. And Torbjorn laughed and laughed. That was a good one.
But she also remembers that things weren't always that way.
I've seen things that have made my hair stand on end.
So at least that explains how she manages to get her hair to stay like that. One of her lines also referenced a recent event in the world of Overwatch when she teamed up with Winston to stop an attempted robbery.
This place has even worse security than the Overwatch Museum.
Yes.
She also has some humorous interactions with characters from some of Blizzard's other universes.
Winston's an odd one, but you're a whole other level. Whoa, what are you? Hi. You look like you're from a Halfred Glitchbot movie.
Halfred Glitchbot, being the famous Omnic director whose car you're escorting on the Hollywood map. Lastly, when she runs into Chromie, who is Master of Time from World of Warcraft, she will offer Tracer a little help with her condition.
Oh, I've seen this before! You're unstuck in time! I can fix that, you know.
Please don't. Winston would never let me hear the end of it.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Lucio is the master of terrible puns in Heroes of the Storm, and here are just a few.
Oh, I have to tell some jokes? I guess I didn't get the note. Hey, do you think you can help me find the beat? I seem to have dropped it.
But at least he's aware that his jokes are pretty horrendous.
Oh, sorry about those puns, by the way. I was worried they might fall flat. Then I'd be in real trouble.
Amongst his other voice lines, he makes a not-so-subtle reference to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sometimes, you just gotta go fast.
He also drops a few inside jokes for Overwatch players, such as a throwback to the Summer Games.
Who's up for a friendly game of Lucio Ball? Look, I didn't name it, okay?
He also notes a bit of similarity between two of Blizzard's most famous outlaws.
You know, you remind me a lot of a certain cowboy back home.
As well as a follow-up to a discussion he has with Reinhardt before a match in Overwatch.
Don't tell anyone. But I actually like some of that stuff Reinhardt listens to.
Hey, Salhoff is my hero! I love Knight Rider!
This isn't his only music-related interaction either. He also criticizes the lack of variety in Tychus Finley's collection.
Hey, I'm all for country, but you should really expand your musical repertoire.
And it looks like he's trying to arrange a collaboration with ETC.
Oh, live guitar, huh? Oh, this set's gonna be off the hook. Oh, I bet I could make a killer remix of your stuff. What do you say?
With guns like this, every fight is a gunfight.
Zarya gets some fantastic voice lines in Heroes of the Storm, many of which come pretty close to breaking the fourth wall.
What? What are you doing? Stop poking me. Why do they even allow this? Someday I'd love to be in a second-person shooter. You fire your particle grenade at the bad guy, you see them explode, you flex.
She also has a couple of humorous remarks about both the Nexus and its inhabitants.
Have you ever noticed you can't jump in the Nexus? That's odd, right? Gravity must be very strong here. I am the strongest woman in the world. Well, my world at least. This one has some competition.
Even in another universe, Zarya remains her blunt self and doesn't hold back when talking to other characters in the game.
Oh, and the weird slugman is on my team. Whatever you say, monster... thing. Ooh, and what are you?
However, although she probably isn't making many friends, there are some other characters that she does find intriguing.
A fishman! I love it. I do not know how to respond to that. No, yes, maybe.
Although we get a lot of funny lines, we don't get much lore out of Zarya. However, we do learn a little about her views on Overwatch.
Who needs Overwatch? We will protect ourselves. Who watches over Overwatch? Several regulations boards.
So which of these voice lines are your favorites? What do you think about Tracer's journey through time? What could she have experienced? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this has been Jason for Curse saying thanks for watching and enjoy the game.